Like I end up seeing this girl and her kids when I was walking across the street back to my car. And they was little cool little kids or whatever. I could see they fast, right? I was like, ooh, they're sharp. But so we talked for a minute. I ended up the kids wanted something to eat, so I gave them some of my food, right? I forgot what it was. Like I don't know if I had like chicken sandwiches, something I don't know, sourdough bread or whatever. I don't even remember. It was something, right? So I had hooked them all up, and I just seen the girl, right? But she never called me. I took them to the house and stuff, to their house, but she never called me or nothing. And I just seen her, right? And I was gonna offer, but I was like, man, I'd be scared. I don't know, person gonna set you up or what, not even like try to kill you. You might just, I don't know, try to put you in jail. Say you did something you ain't do or something. And I hate that because I just felt so bad not offering a ride to her. And she said she got four jobs and she just been working but it was a weird feeling that I had the last time that I could see the little kids was sharp, right? They was all up in my stuff and everything, right? And I was like, woo, they fast. It kind of scared me a little bit, right? So I was like, man, but I'll be trying to not get in the middle of no bull crap. You know what I mean? I'll be kind of scared of that. So I hate to maybe if she'd have had her kids, I would have probably did it. And then, like I feel like I should at least follow her home to make sure she get home safe. You know what I mean? But then I don't want to do that, and not give her a ride. But then I don't want to give her a ride, and then somebody say I done did something I ain't do or something. So I'd just be scared, of stuff like that, because but then I'd be feeling bad, like hurt to not help or be a blessing. It's kind of weird, but I don't know how to explain that. I just got my little car fixed and stuff, and I'm just like, I'm back just sitting, not really being productive the way that I should be or could be. And things not really getting taken care of the way they should because they just taking my time and energy from so much other stuff. It's just crazy. And I just don't understand it. It's weird. It's like purposely being done, destroying my life, destroying my credit, destroying my money, my finances, everything. Just taking my money out of my banks. That ain't stopped for 20 something years. Is that crazy? 20 something years. I mean, they be just taking my money out bank accounts like it ain't no big deal. And then be trying to bait you into crime to put you in jail. That's what they be doing. They're smart. They didn't got so good at this doing it to me for so long, and they gonna use the people close to you to do it. You'll never even know that they was not it was not good for you. You know what I mean? To you in that jail cell or dead or something. And not everybody, but I'm just saying. And a lot of things just happen, sometimes, but not all the time. It ain't just happening. So I just be scared of a lot of different things, and it hurts me that I don't feel comfortable with hey just taking her to the house or something. You know, I don't know. It's just weird, man. It's just a lot of weird stuff, man. I don't know what to say. You know, but you gotta watch. And it's crazy that I just was talking about how people bait you, and then boom, she come. And I don't know, man. I thought the kids was cool and sweet and all that, but they was a little fast too. Like, so I was like, ooh, let me hold up, man. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to get myself in no twist, And then she's like, I think, her, it'd be some weird stuff going on, man. I don't know how to explain it, man. You gotta watch that stuff, and I don't like to be like that, but I don't want to be. I rather not that I don't want her to go home and be safe, because I would love for her to be safe, and I'm praying and make sure that hopefully God allow her a safe journey. You know what I mean? A safe journey, but I just don't want to put myself in any binds or nothing. You know, it just seemed like I'm so prevalent to some stupid stuff happening where for no reason. I ain't gotta have a reason for somebody, and I don't know what to say. I don't even know. And I remember, we kicked it for a minute, like a night, we chopped it up and everything. She finally, it took her a while to, I don't know what the heck. So I was just like, you know, they was happy, they got the little food or whatever, let them eat and everything. I was like, yeah, y'all was able to eat and everything. Yeah, we ate and everything. I was like, oh, that's cool, man. And like, this was perfect. I needed this. I appreciate that. I was just like, man, she's like, yeah, my son is at home, babysitting my daughter and everything, And everything's just been hard, I gotta figure it out. And I'm like, golly, I wish I could help you figure it out, You know, I wish, I knew the remedy to help it and help each other or whatever, but I just don't want to put myself in no bind as well over no. I was just talking about it. It never comes like a pre warning. You know what I mean? It don't be no pre warnings. And that's the sad part. And I was just hurt to let her walk and not just say, hey, get in the car and let's go. But I don't feel comfortable no more doing that no more. Especially if I feel like our last situation, it wasn't nothing bad, but and shoot, she never called or nothing. I mean, which she said she just been working, you know what I mean? So I don't want to say that it wasn't even nothing like trying because I don't even know her. I don't even know if she had a boyfriend or whatever, whatever. I still don't know. I never even asked. You know what I mean? I don't even remember. I don't know. I know she said, she's a white girl, Snow Bunny, and she said her baby's father, I think, was Mexican or whatever, and that's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with it, but I just don't want to get nobody's binds and twist. You know what I mean? Unfortunate that a lot of people have messed it up for others, where you don't really know what's going on, man. I really don't be knowing. Yeah, when it comes to stuff, I be scared to do it. You know, just because I don't know what a person might say. You know what I mean? I don't know what a person might try to, how they might try to put me in a bind, or and I just been feeling it so much where I'm cool. I'm cool. Man, I ain't got time for it. You feel me? I ain't got time for it. I just don't. I just don't. And and it hurts me to not help, you know. But is it smart for a man to drive off with a girl, take her home, maybe a few blocks, you know, in the dark at night, you know? I'm like, nah, I'm cool. I don't want to take them chances. You know what I mean? And I hate that I don't want to. If she would have had the kids, maybe I might have. You know, more or less. I don't know, man. I feel bad letting her walk like that. You know, but I would feel worse if she went home or something. I dropped her off and she said I did something to her. I didn't do nothing to her. Some, some stuff like that. So I'm like, nah, I might as well just go ahead and just sit, and not put myself, in that type of buying situation. So I hope to keep her in prayer, get home safe, you know. And you know, I hate that, but because I just had a eerie feeling, as far as like I just had a weird feeling. Man. I don't know. It's weird. I've been having some weird situations, weird feelings. It's just like everything that I try to do, it's like a setup or bind or twist or something. It's been like that most of my life, some kind of way. Even if I didn't think that it was most of the time. You know what I mean? Most of the time, damn near 99% of the time in my life, it was somebody trying to set me up or put me in a bind or, some stupid junk. So, uh, you know, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it, man. That purposely people don't like me, purposely people don't fight for me, is not for me, not trying to be for me, you know, blatantly. People I've known my whole life, but I can't do nothing about that but just try to be safe, you know. That's all I can do pretty much. I can't do nothing else. And I mean, I could see, and I hate to think like that, but you have to. He said, have a mind, what, the mind of a serpent? No, oh yeah, have the mind of a serpent, but no, have the heart of a dove. Mind, have the mind of a serpent, but a heart of a dove. I don't know exactly else. I ain't never not got that scripture right, but I'm not getting it right tonight. But yeah, basically saying you better think like the worst, but love, try to love, but you gotta think like the worst because people are, and it's sad, you know what I mean? But I do. I don't want to put myself in no twist. I'm already in a twist. I'm trying to untwist my binds of ignorance of bull crap that I just people just blatantly are just don't like me. You know what I mean? Just haters and goofballs and weirdos. They want me to be the weirdo. No, I'm not the weirdo. No, no, no. I see people walk past my car all the time, looking all in my car and junk. I've been looking like, what the hell? It's like looking like they sitting up in the car, I ain't got no weirdo situations in my life. I've had multiple women in my life. Uh, I've been cool like throughout my life, and I've had enough deranged women in my life. I've had enough. I don't even think I've really, you know, damn near every woman I had probably was damn near set up. You know what I mean? Somehow, some way, it was a bind or a twist or a turn or something, just bull crap. You know what I mean? So I'm like, nah, cool. I ain't got time. And I hate that it's like that. I wish it wasn't like that, but it seems like it's always like that. Somehow, some way. Either I'm gonna lose, my freedom, or lose some time, or lose some money, or something's gonna happen. You know what I mean? And I can't. A man can't be without a woman, but I just, I try to be as safe as possible, man. And it ain't really a way to be as safe as possible, but certain things I better just try to, just try my best, Cause I mean, I ain't never really had no problem with women and no weirdo stuff. So, I mean, I don't really worry about stuff. The games they play here is like the slowest games in the world because they don't even apply to me. You know what I mean? The games they be trying, I'll be like, y'all some slow goofballs playing games. Cause if you knew me, you wouldn't even play games like that or try to, But anything to waste your time. Look, I was sitting in my car. I shaved, was minding my own business. I said, man, I want to make me a little iced coffee. So I'm gonna go over here and get some ice. And I got my own water. I could just make me a coffee. I got my own coffee, and it's like, man. And I go walking in the Jack in the Box, and the lady and the guy first, Spanish dude was like, "Hey man, we got you on camera, man. Or you holding up our bathroom, and you can either leave or just, we call the police." And I'm like, "What? I ain't. I just walked in here. What are you talking about? You just gonna blatantly lie on me like that?" Oh man, I'm just going by the cameras, man. That's all. I'm like, wow. Yeah, man, you just go ahead and go. We're gonna call the police. But police was everywhere around this man. You know, I let him know. I said, man, I don't know what that was, man. That Jacqueline, he was like, yeah, it wasn't you. I don't even think they was talking about you. It wasn't for you. I'm like, nah, they said it was for me. See that type of stuff. So I'm like, I ain't got time for all that, man. It's just weird, man. I ain't got time. Too exhausted because every time that it's like, a rough situation or time is like when I really see something develop that's not cool. You know what I mean? Every time. Like, literally. It's weird. Like, they do anything in their power to try to just get rid of me. I don't know why. I can't figure it out. I swear I cannot see the writing. Hold up. I got this light, too. Let's see if I got this light still. I don't know what I did with that light. Man, I woke up at 3 o'clock this morning, homie, mad as hell. And then I left about 5 o'clock, 5:20, and I went on the next street in front of the church, and I just crashed back out. Man, I just had the windows down and crashed out. Right, I was just exhausted still. I'm like, wow, this is weird. And I went to sleep again, man. And I woke up. I was like, man, yeah, man. I don't know, man. I gave him that food and stuff. It was just weird. But the slow games is so goofy. It's so goofy. It don't even make sense. Like I don't even know why. But these is kids we dealing with. We kid, all these college kids and these kids around here, man. In different places. It's just like I don't. I wish and I pray for them that they won't try to be in situations by trying to be cool. Because I think, or they might be the police or little undercovers and stuff. I don't know what they are. It don't even matter. I don't even care about all that. But I will say that it's been a lot of weird, strange things occurring that just don't make sense. You know what I mean? And things like that just scares me. So I hate that, you know, but I don't want to be put no binds. You know. I've been putting enough of them with people I thought was cool and all that shit. I'm cool. Just goofy games too. It don't even be no like it be goofy stuff. So I'm like, nah, I'm cool. And I hate to be like that. Man, I cannot see the writing at all. Hold up. How do I do this? I'm gonna try and find this light. I don't know what I did with that light. It really hurt my heart, man, to even let her walk. I ain't gonna lie, but it's just weird. I'll be like not feeling right about a lot of things. I hate that I be having those kind of feelings like that to even. I wish. What did I do with that light? Golly. Yeah, gotta play it safe, Burn. Thank you. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know what I did. Oh, here we go. I don't know what I did with that. I just don't. You know what I mean? I just don't know how to feel. Like I hate that. I would rather like just take her home, not have her. Like in a bind or something like that. But I don't want to put myself in a bind or nothing. Not saying she'll do that, but I don't know. She never called me or nothing, but she said she just been working now. Yeah, I wish I could see the writing. I can't see it. Thank you, God. You know what I mean? I be scared. Then they got you where, you don't give somebody a ride, they might come bust your tires or something now. Or do something like that. You know what I mean? They don't know your situation is bad all the way around. All kind of different ways it's bad. But it don't matter. You got your own mama to do that, you know, your own family members. You don't do nothing, do something for them one time, or they get trained, man, like a straight little whore, little girl. I'm talking about men. You know what I mean? They just hold that to you like for nothing, But it's miscommunication, you know. I'd have had too much money stolen for me to be just like, and if the money wasn't stolen, where's the money at? You know, yeah, you know, I ain't never gave nothing to no strangers, so that's what I'll leave it there. Ain't no stranger ever got. I mean, I'm sure it has been, but it not really. That's just like when my folks. It was weird though, cause I like stuff like that. I don't even know. I think people just come up with stories and they assume or think and they'll just ride with it. It don't matter if it's true or not. It don't even matter. So that's the type of stuff I've been faced with. Like one time my folks asked me, he was like, man, I'm kind of doing bad, man. I need some help. And he like my little bro though. You know what I mean? I was like, well, shoot, just call me in a minute. I'll holler at you. I need to do something, and you just come ride with me later. You know what I mean? But before I got with him, somebody had jacked me for like $15,000, right? But do you know? I've heard stories where they said that, like, I mean, I didn't get jacked like with a gun or nothing, right? Like, like basically, I went tried to help somebody, right? But I needed to do what I needed to do to take care of my business. But I was thinking I was helping somebody in the same I didn't even need his resources or nothing, right? So I give him like $30,000, right? And he only give me 15,000. No, 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 no. We in this dude's house with his mama, with a Mexican dude with his suit on and everything, right? He got the suit on at his mama's house. You know what I mean? And it's actually I'm with my baby's mama's ex husband, but I grew up with him since a kid. But he's older than me, right? And he was doing bad, so I was trying to look out, you know. But I ended up losing like $15,000 at the time, right? So I never end up being able to get back with the dude and all kind of weird stuff started happening. Police stuff, jail, all just getting cracked and all kind of weird stuff. He got cracked a few different times. He ended up doing like 10 years, then he did like 13 years. We end up seeing each other in jail because I'm a barber. I go to everybody's housing units, right? So I get to go to the lifers and the people like, he had just got sentenced with 13 years. So I cut his hair, we chop it up and everything, right? Can't do nothing about it. I mean, he can't pay me, he ain't even had no money in the get go from the get go. But So that but the story was that I was supposedly at robbed some dudes. I robbed some dudes and went and I don't know some crap. I don't know. It was some stupid junk that I heard. And I'm like, then I went and got with my little folks and made him but they tried to make it seem he wasn't even nowhere near it. He wasn't even there at the situation or nothing, right? He wasn't even there. And but they tried to make it seem like that he was with me and I robbed some dudes, but never told him that I robbed some guys and then had him drive off with some stuff or something and just gave him a couple $100 or something. I'm like, what the heck are you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about, right? But one of those type of things you laugh off because you like, well, I don't even know what the hell you talking about. But you do that and then not knowing that somebody is truthfully telling people this and you don't even know nothing about it until you start seeing a bunch of funny, weird stuff happening. You know what I mean? That's exactly why I said that the other day when I was in front of his dad's house. Like, that's not true. I never even talked about it. A few times I have, but, you know, that's what really happened. I got robbed. So, what was I supposed to do? Should I have just did something to the dude's mama or him or he's like, oh yeah, man, he'd be right back with the money and this and that and that. I'm like, but I'm at his house, so I'm not thinking that it's gonna be some big. I wouldn't think that he would do some stuff like rob me for my money. I'm not thinking that he'd do that. I mean, with his mama sitting right here, you know what I mean? You know, I'm like, this is weird, but it happened. You know what I mean? I ended up never getting that money back. I'll tell you that. 15 racks, cash, not no, not no credit card schemes, and not cash. You know what I mean? That was like I was about 20 years old. You know what I mean? That happened. I was about 20, 19, 20 years old, and but the story that was on the streets was that I pulled the robbery with my folks next door to me. He was not even there. He didn't even know nothing about none of this. I never even told him what happened. It was no reason for me to tell him that I just got $15,000 took. You know what I mean? I mean, he wasn't even nowhere. It had nothing to do with that. You feel me? So it was just weird. But I think people just do stuff like that just to be messy. Just a month ago, I was at one of my folks' house and they told me, they was like, oh, yeah, I heard, yeah, the dad, he been running, this stuff forever. He been having cocaine and I'm like, dude, that fool ain't. I wouldn't even be talking about stuff. That's not cool because I never heard of nothing like that. You know what I mean? I don't know. I ain't even trying to even get into no bull crap like that. But I was like, I wouldn't even talk about stuff like that if I was you, cause especially if I don't know. I can't tell you something like that because shit, I ain't never seen nothing like that my whole life, and I lived right next door. So I don't think that is true. You know what I mean? And this is one of the youngsters in the neighborhood. He's younger than his youngest son. He's young. He's like my little brother's age or whatever, right? And but I was like, wow, why did he say some stuff like that? It was weird that he said that. It was like, damn, I'm thinking, was he wired or what? But I ain't agreeing to no crap like that, that I don't know about. And I sure ain't getting involved with nothing like that. But I ain't never even heard nothing like that in my whole life. But the funny part about it, I'm cracking up. I'm like, because his uncle, hey, you can go in their garage. It was before I even knew though, right? I kind of didn't know about drugs when I was a kid. I didn't know, you know what I mean? But they would have a whole garage full of work, like literally. Just never really. I didn't know. Like I was too young at the time. You know what I mean? I was extremely too young. But I was like, but they was the one, that had it. Like I was telling them, like I remember your folks had that work. You know what I mean? But I didn't smoke weed or nothing. So I didn't do drugs, none of that. Especially when I didn't, I didn't smoke no trees until I was like 17 years old. I probably hit it a couple times when I was younger, but as far as like maybe once or twice, never even smoked nothing. I used to drink though, you know, but I was more scared of my dad, so I didn't do no drugs and then dad pops. But he said he never cared about weed or marijuana, but anything else, I was dead. So I never messed around. You know, I never messed around for real. But I wish I could see that. How can we get you? Yeah, yeah, but you know, it is what it is. Everywhere you see though, see what's going on. They taking over though, cause they got you know the game is so dismantled. It's unreal. Just don't know what's what no more, man. Can't even figure it out, man. Just sad. But God, yeah, I can see. Wow, I got 26 likes. That's crazy. I got 26 likes, man. I don't think I ever had 26 likes. How many people on here? And the stuff that I've been seeing has been so weird. The stuff that I've been paying attention to and watching, I'm like, man, I don't know what to trust no more, man. It's weird, you know. You know? I sure don't want no funky monkey. I sure don't. I mean, man, at least send me something right. You know, if you're gonna send me something to try to manipulate the game. Wow. I don't know what to expect from these things. But it's sad, man, the type of stuff going on now there. And I seen it with my uncle. I seen it with my uncle. You know, he try to help everybody. He try and look out. He want to give people rides. You know, I don't know. You know, I be hearing little stuff, and I don't never believe no stupid stuff. Like, but it's like it's easy to twist you, and you never would know it. Don't have no idea that a person is putting you in a bind, and you picking them up, loving them. Hey, how you doing? Everything all right? Yeah, 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 yeah. And then they say some stupid stuff where they never say nothing, but now they done said something to somebody else. See that type of stuff. That's lie. That's a flat out lie, though. You know, so that's the type of stuff going on. Just, just, it's hard to trust people, man. I see what they doing every time I close my eyes, man. I don't know what to believe or what to think, man. It's strange. They really want you on dope and drugs, and they gonna keep doing it until you get on dope and drugs because it didn't happen to them, and they doing it. But you still gotta go to sleep sometime, even if you're on dope and drugs. Still gotta go to sleep. It's sad that I feel that it's like, but a lot of these it's a lot of people that's not really close to me that's been close to me that had no business to be close to me. And if I would have known a long time ago that we really didn't have no closeness, and it's people that, all you could do is just try to allow yourself to not be the reason that anything or your relationship is broken or your loyalty is broken or you know uh, your love is not broken behind somebody else's miscommunication, and sometimes you just got to back up because if you're not, you know it's not right. It's it's a lot of things just not making sense sometimes. I wish I could see the writing. No. Yep. Yeah, I had to tighten. I tightened my lug nuts right. I got in the car and I felt it. I said, "Oh man!" So I went around my car, tightened everything. The one that they took my wheel off to get to the serpentine belt and all that was straight loose. Like the lug nuts was all loose. I'm like, damn. Like, why didn't you tighten my wheel up? It's weird. And I had to put air in my tires at the shop. But I was like, cool, I'll do it myself. After I seen my lug nut was, I mean, he didn't tighten my lug nuts, but maybe they did it on the accident. But whatever it wasn't right. It wasn't on the accident. They took my money, so I put it like that. Mm-hmm. Wasn't no accident. They took my money. I'm just messing with you, just having a laugh after the mechanic didn't do it. You're enjoying this too much. Yeah, I had to. That's weird of him. That was very weird. I did it. I had to. I didn't even pull out the yard of the auto shop, and I can feel it. Like it was that loose. I'm like, oh man. So I went around. I pulled out my wrench, put my little thing together, hit it. I'm like, oh man, this is goofy right here. Strange. Like I'm cool. And then I was like, hey man, can I put air in my tires? He's like, yeah. I was like, man, I do it myself. So he gave me the thing. I was like, I'll do it. I'm cool. He wasn't even maybe. Exactly. Maybe it wasn't an accident. But I've been on that. I damn near got to check them every day. I'm in front of the folks' house. I say, you know what? He said, well, it looked like your car been holding up, man. Other than you got to get that belt. I said, yeah, man. I said, it's a trip, man, 'cause do you know, like, it's kind of crazy that things has happened the way it's happened. I forgot what I was talking about, but strange. Yeah, I said, man, maybe you put my number in, see if you got my number or whatever. But it wasn't in her phone, I guess. I said, did you have my Instagram or something? She's like, oh, here, I'll follow you now. Like, damn, so you never looked, you never even, but maybe she got a new phone or anything. I don't know. But I probably had a different Instagram at that time, too. Because they keep erasing my Instagrams. But, I don't know, man. You don't know what to believe no more, man. I done seen somebody, jack me. Hey, jack me for my watch, and and told people I I took the coochie. hey, hey, I was too faded to even do anything right, but my watch was gone. My diamond watch, my 18 karat gold diamond watch, man, that I had for years. I never even really wore. Is that crazy? I said, raped her. Where's my watch at? Ain't that crazy? Where's the watch? If I raped you, so I raped you and you stole the watch, or how did that work? I don't understand. That doesn't make sense. I said, wow, boy, these people are something. They something, my brother. They something. Yeah, buddy. This game is cold. Cold game, man. But she did give me for my watch. Duck hitting that meow. Duck hitting that meow. That's crazy. The coochie worth the watch, though. Shit, that coochie wasn't worth no my watch. My watch, that was a shit. Nah, it wasn't. That watch was cost a lot of money. That I paid payments on that watch, like just getting my dough up. You feel me? I had that watch for years. Like that was a prize piece. You know, I've been trying to find it and see it on anybody's arm. I ain't been able to find it, so that told me a story there. But when I heard that story, that was amazing. She was a little bad, little honey. I forgot what she looked like. I was too faded. I would try to do a Philadelphia bankroll, and yeah, prize piece. I mean, that was like 20 something years ago, but that's the way it be, though. Yep, cold game. So I don't trust nothing no more, man. I mean, you got most of these girls are selling that thing anyway. They didn't figure out how to sell it. Shit, that's what they up to. I don't give a damn. Hey, used to be where shoot you'll go on a bad call playing around with somebody. You be thinking that you doing, you know what I mean? You been went on a call on a bad one, you know? But I don't even get in them. I don't even if I don't even bother with people like that. If you want to go, go. Go ahead and go. Just get on the way from me. I ain't got time to play with you. I ain't doing none of it. I ain't entertaining none of it because I know what I bring to the table. Ain't nobody ever had me like right now. If somebody got me and put it in my hands, like, and I'm just toe up the way I'm been toe, not really toe up, but I am toe up financially. But it would be like a blessing. But I ain't never had it like that. You know what I mean? Nah, I ain't had it like that. I had to get it up out the mud, and then But what I'm saying is, you can see the difference in where I've taken people. When they when they before and afters, it's all backwards. You know, yeah, they come in, I be straight, and they damn near underwater sinking, and then they get to be the queen, and then it's some bull crap, and then that got me in a bad twist with some more problems and headaches and bull crap, you know. So you gotta watch it all. Like, you gotta worry about them all. They when they you got people that rape kids first though. So if the kids they rape, they probably keep a monitor on for the rest of their life until they kill them. I guess it's more like a sport. It's just like game banging or anything else. It's a sport. It's or whatever, or karate or baseball or football. It's a sport, you know, and it's real. And I've been trying to keep. I don't even want to be a part of it because I've seen it. They got moves, you know. They got moves, man. Yeah, I've been there, done all of it. Most of it, not all, but most. Not all. Just don't know what nowadays, man. It's weird. I don't know what to think. You know, Just don't know no more, man. Much love, much love. Hold up. I got I got I got 59 likes. What? I'm rolling.